This is a tale of two cards, credit and debit. They can give you financial flexibility in the best of times, but interest rates and fees can cost you in the worst of times. So, something as simple as a trip to the bookstore requires some knowledge. We'll take some of the mystery out of it for you. Using a credit card is like wearing a good jacket. Gives you a little protection against the shrill elements of fraud and identity theft. Well, a debit card is a little cooler, more laid back. It's out there. You swipe it, put in your PIN number, and the money moves.
They're not the same thing at all.
Elizabeth Daniels is head of Nevada's Fight Fraud Task Force. She says most people should answer the credit or debit question this way.
Your best bet is to say credit. That will prompt them to actually give you a receipt that you have to physically sign rather than entering your PIN.
Now, there are two ways of getting the added protection of choosing credit. You can use your credit card, or you can use your debit card and say credit to the cashier. Either way, signing instead of putting in your PIN number gives you an extra measure of security. But no matter which store they're in, most shoppers swipe that debit card and punch in their PIN. Why do you use the debit card more?
It's just convenient.
Convenience is often a double-edged sword.
Using your PIN number leaves you vulnerable to identity thieves who use hidden cameras, hidden skimmer devices, and other tricks to steal your money.
That's one reason why I personally always go inside to pay. I never actually do it at the pump.
Signing a slip gives you more protection from crime. You're responsible for up to $50 on a signature transaction. But if someone manages to steal your PIN, you could be on the hook for up to $500. And using a debit card won't help you build up a credit history.
If you are trying to improve your credit score by making timely payments or paying something off every month, your best bet is to use a credit card in that case.
Why do you use credit cards more?
Well, credit cards, you have like 1% payback. You have all these good interests. When opposed to debit cards, you don't really get that many good stuff back.
Some banks are changing that by offering rewards for debit transactions too. Americans still charge more to credit cards, but we make smaller charges on debit cards more often. 34 billion swipes in 2008 and growing. And there is another reason to use a debit card and your PIN number, especially at a trusted, locally owned business.
When we take a credit card, we get charged to swipe the card through, and we also get charged a percentage of the purchase. With a debit card, it's merely just a flat fee to charge the debit card through.
Sales associate Gina Haas says a $10 charge means zero profit for a small store once the credit card company takes out all of its fees. She prefers debit outside of work too.
And I always can keep track of my balance. The money comes out right away. I don't have to worry about a statement at the end of the month and whether or not I'm going to have enough money to pay it off.
Number one, please, with cheese and a diet. But that is where most consumers get into trouble. Using a credit card is like getting a 30-day interest-free loan, as long as you pay out that balance every month. But if you're not that disciplined, a debit card might be a better option for you since the money comes right out of your account. And you don't want your $5 value meal to turn into a $35 overcharge, so remember, you can always use cash. If you can't pay off your entire balance each month, limiting yourself to debit with a signature or just plain old cash may be a far, far better way to spend than you've ever spent before.